All right. Is that what we're doing? All right. It was what was that? What was that? What was that? What was
Just just chopping them up from the top. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
Just
I didn't know what the heck was going.
judo chop.
Well, you know what? Aside from that, yo, Savage AF, we here for you.
You
That's
know what
right.
it
What's
is.
up? I'm comedian Shang. That is
Black Pedro right here
boom.
for
That's
you
right,
guys.
Pedro.
Savage AF, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter.
But you know
We
what's
try.
messed up that we can't say that right off the bat. But okay,
It's okay. I mean, we'll get
okay,
into it. There'll
yeah,
be
facts
plenty of it.
matter.
Trust me. But listen, we try our darndest. Typically doesn't always happen. This week is one of those examples. But typically we're on Monday through Friday.
3 p.m.
Typically at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard
Wait a
Time.
minute. Wait till
Uh,
4
oh,
p.m.
sometimes we go longer. I don't like to limit the show.
Oh, you don't
Sometimes
like that? Why is
I
that the
don't want
universal sign for limit? I don't like the.
to.
That seems more like choke a
It's
bitch.
like smothering. Yeah.
Right.
I don't
It
want to
seems like
smother
that
the
seems more
time.
like choke a bitch. You're like, oh, this cat's getting on my nerves.
No, never for the kiddies, man. We love the cats around
Oh
here.
no,
But
I'm a
listen,
cat person.
we're live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
If you ever miss us live, get your finger out your nose. Okay,
Yeah.
obviously you're wasting your day.
Okay.
But you can get that time back by going to our YouTube channel. It's
Which
scrolling
is
at the bottom
scrolling
of the
right there.
screen.
You can
YouTube.com/C/SavageAF
have a
World,
JF
all
World.
one word,
Right.
and all the shows are archived there. So
They're
there.
archived there, and that is not only the thing you do when you get there. For all you new people, because we should have some new people coming in, because I've been working
People
towards
are
that.
back. People are here.
Boom. The goddamn bell. Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dog dare you. I'm sorry, I got a little aggressive. Make sure you do that. Make sure you click the
Scared me.
bell. If you click the bell, you'll get the information that will let you know when we're on. Because sometimes we're not on. If Pedro's, auditioning for Spielberg again, or if I'm trying to figure out why they won't give me a gun and I'm on the phone for 2 hours.
There you
No,
go.
you know what? I called and they it's crazy. They gave you the runaround. Oh, did you fill out the paperwork? Yeah, I filled out the paperwork. Did you pay the? Yeah, I did that. And then they're like, so did you get the lawyer to maybe talk about sponges? I'm like, man, I don't need no sponges. Okay, first off, why you ask me about sponges? They like, yeah, but you have to make sure that goes through. And then once that goes through, then you can actually fill out the paperwork and then you can have a weapon. I'm like, yeah, I like the way you said weapon, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
Yeah,
I'm gonna go out to
trying
the
to-
range and practice.
There you go. Get
I-
accurate.
Yeah.
Listen, if you also, some people are like YouTube averse, or like with Shane's
averse.
gun, yeah, averse. But like Shane's gun ownership, some of you may have also been banned from YouTube and may have to resort to Facebook, which is like the slingshot of weapons. But where you have to downgrade from gun to like slingshot or crossbow. It's a crossbow. I'll give it that. But
that
we
doesn't
are.
even seem intimidating.
Hey man, hey, arrows could fuck you. So,
Have you ever shot an arrow?
Yeah, definitely. Not like the.
Yeah, what
not
have
like.
you been doing, man?
I'm from Michigan, man. No, I'm not like a professional, like a
I thought you
safety bow. It's like none of that. No, but like like a wooden one with string and.
What in the wide world of hell is?
I've gotten an arrow into a tree.
I've shot a crossbow.
That's happened.
I've shot a crossbow. I've shot a real deal arrow. I was on the road I think North Carolina. They're like, hey man, we're gonna go shooting arrow. You wanna come with us? And it was like a place where you shoot arrows. I was like, yeah, you got that right, I do. Let's go shoot some arrows. And the thing looks like a deer, but I kept, leaning over towards the other white dude. And he goes, hey man, pointing over there. What you doing?
That's not range etiquette.
But yeah, it's up there.
But we're on. We're on Facebook. Savage A dot. You want to put a dot there? F
Dot
dot.
F
So
dot.
two
And
periods.
also,
Savage A dot F dot on
you won't
Facebook.
see us
It
on
is.
TikTok because you might not see nobody on TikTok if this law goes through where they ban TikTok from America. That might happen. That really might happen because they said
I
that
wouldn't be mad at it.
you wouldn't. Yeah, you don't even mess with
I don't.
TikTok.
Yeah. What are we going to be sad that we've lost one more ridiculous platform for people to dance
Well,
on? And
you know what? But the thing is, I need y'all
there's
to
so many
do.
platforms you can
I
already
need
do
what I
this with.
do need y'all to do is, if you can. Speaking of another platform, there's a platform I need y'all to follow us on. Now, Black Pedro has a platform. I have a platform, and the platform is something that's important to life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. And if you want to find that special someone, follow at Black Pedro
Instagram, y'all, IG, the
on,
egg.
on the egg. And if you really want to, have somebody hold you close in the pale moonlight, follow at comedian Shang.
That's what it is.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
stop I say.
Instagram, save comedians lives, y'all. Savage AF, thank you guys for building it with us, and appreciate y'all being here.
We got
I
some
do
people in
see
the feed already starting smack.
Queen Bee's here, Damani Jones, no other Miranda. What up, though?
Wait a minute.
Raina, love you
Somebody,
back.
AJ Fitz said there's Shang. There's plenty of other options beside a gun or some arrows that'll shoot and kill. Thank
Well,
you.
there you go.
Thank you for hopefully getting us flagged for the 15th time.
He's like slingshot and hot marble. Go right through a man like butter, like knife through butter.
Hey, why you heating up those marbles? You'll see. You'll
You
see.
got 10 seconds.
All right,
Savage
so
AF, man. Our audience
we
is
go.
often more savage than we are.
Oh
So
man, way more savage.
come
AJ
right on
said,
in.
no other Miranda. We haven't had our minister a defense for a while. She's been
Yeah, she might be on a foreign assignment. Who knows?
right.
Either way, show goes on. Savage AF, man. We're gonna get into it for y'all today. It is Wednesday, February 1st. That is hump day, guys. So grab something, get consent, and hump it. Savage AF. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Had to check the clock. Black
You didn't know
Pedro
what date it
comedians
was,
Jang.
did you? Right? You were about to say it. You
No,
didn't
no, no.
know.
I already said the date, but I had to check the clock to see if I could say "fuck your feelings." Facts matter, and we did
Yeah. Now
that.
you want to, yeah.
Yeah,
Smack
no,
them
no,
fuck shit, fuck shit. God damn, check out.
yeah.
All right, got it
And
out my
no,
system.
lot to say today, but we're gonna have to fly through these topics. And I've been waiting to talk about some of this shit since Monday, so let's get it at y'all. We're gonna end today with a Shangri, and he has a personal message, and we'll leave to whom
Yeah.
is a mystery. Hold on to your seats. Black Pedro pop
What
in
the
today.
fuck? What's that?
That
What was
was
that?
my
Yum, yum, yum,
old
yum, yum, yum.
my vaudevillian laugh. Uh, Before that, a Black Pedro pop in today. Natural woman. Let's just talk about that. Okay. But before we get into that,
Right.
I do want to talk about the movie. Everybody, almost sneezed. Everybody seems to love it, but you people, let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about
Oh, really? Oh
it. Hold on,
my God. Did you see
hold
it?
it in now. I saw it. Let's talk about it, but in a minute.
Oh, oh,
Before we get into that, we do have
oh,
a motherfucker say what for you today,
oh.
and we have a very very early contestant for 2023's Coon of the Year, and
Coon of the year.
he's coming out strong.
All right.
uh, Always cooning for you. But before we get into that, man, I do want to talk about it. Say his name. They buried the brother today, Tyree McNichols. Um, and but one thing I wanted to highlight, before we talk about any other parts of this, was that the Scorpion King is dead. Um, that killer Scorpion unit that ended up beating him to death, Tyree Nichols, that is. Uh, they've disbanded that permanently, that unit. And there not only was a white cop who was involved, but also Mfsw was his name, or is his name, but he's been fired as well.
But
Three.
has he been charged though?
No, but he wasn't involved in the beatings
But there
as
was a
far as.
white. But there's one of them
But
sprayed his face.
he
Yeah,
tased
yeah. So
and
he
sprayed
wasn't.
or whatever.
That is involved. What?
No, I mean in the physical beating part. You know,
Well, I mean, but
I'm
still,
not
that
sure they can get him on that.
they gotta get him on something.
There's more to see. Also, three fire department officials, like the EMTs who were on scene who did nothing for like 21 minutes. They have been let go, and then there's two other police officers I think who have been suspended as a result of some sort of involvement that isn't clear to me yet. Um,
Now wait a
so
minute.
yeah,
Do we have a picture of the white cop? Or did they white it out?
no, we've seen his face now.
What's his face?
He definitely he's like 26-year-old. Looks like he's about a 38-year-old donut hound. Uh, he fits the fat cop,
Okay, yeah,
the
he
fat
got
lazy cop. Hempful is his last name.
Preston Hempful.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
him.
him. I got no. You know, we gonna show his bitch ass face. So just as much as they showed the black cops, which I think they should have, because I don't have any empathy for him, we gonna show his bitch ass face. But I just wanna the Scorpion.
And you know it. And speaking of these social media networks, sorry, they just that's kind of how his name really came out. Like it wasn't in the like I saw it on IG. A bunch of people calling that out. The fact that nothing's been said about
But
him,
I was told it was
and then
two.
I saw the
It was
mainstream
two.
media.
It was not just one. There was two other white cops that were involved. It was actually on MSNBC and CNN. The bottom line is that now the narrative should be absolutely show these motherfuckers' faces. Okay, show these are like the bad temptations.
Guilty.
Yeah, they absolutely. And then there's also another conspiracy out there that this young man was actually uh, sleeping. Tyree was sleeping with the cop's uh, ex-wife.
Man, listen,
Yeah,
that wouldn't
they're
have
just
anything to do
making
with
shit up
anything.
now. They're making shit up. But I'm glad that these cops, actually are going to get their just due. Now we'll wait and see because we've had people indicted for obvious crimes, obviously seen on camera, that haven't gone to jail because the prosecution fucks up or somebody fucks up. I'm hoping in this case that's not the case, and I hope so. But I'm not feeling so positive right now. But this is the other guy that yeah, he definitely looks
I
like
mean, he looks like Police Academy 7.
yeah, he
The
definitely.
the desk
But
clerk
yeah,
in a
this is
bad
him.
80s.
I thought it was a woman at first. I mean, he has. I thought he was
Hey man,
a fat ugly woman, but he's he's
he
a man.
identifies as a racist.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not if you
uh,
talk to him.
Miss No Slick Name. I see you, Breezy JJ's Lady Hazel May. Thank y'all for joining in, man. Yeah, we are. So okay, so another very important part of this Scorpion King, or sorry, Scorpion Unit disbandment is because when we talked about it last week, I wasn't sure what the police chief's sort of involvement was, what her tenure was. But she's been on the job about a year and a half or so, and the Scorpion Unit was created under her, and something not day to day that she was directly in charge of,
But
but
she still was
something that
aware.
she
She knew the
form
deal.
it was, yeah, it was formed under her. She spearheaded the forming of it. um and it stands for something like something crime in order to restore peace in our neighborhood.
Yeah, well, yeah,
uh
whatever the fuck it is, let me tell you something. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say that this woman's in any way, shape, or form, but the fact that it's named Scorpion, and there was a announcer that actually said that's a good name because they were filled with poison against the fucking people that they were going out there terrorizing. There was 5 different instances where they were fucking called on it, where they had been terrorizing the neighborhood. So this is not some new shit they did. So anybody out there that think it's some new shit they were act doing, this is a one-off. Like they were just mad that day because they were out of shape and they were chasing the dude and he kept running and he wouldn't stop. So we beat the shit out of him and killed him. No, it was because this is their fucking That's their MO.
They're
And
called this. It stood Scorpion literally stood for Street Crimes Operation to Restore Peace in Our Neighborhoods. Which anytime you take something that sounds good, or it sounds maybe even innocuous, and then you make it into an acronym that says Scorpion,
right,
which is definitely not innocuous. You know what I mean? Like, I think you fucked up the mission
right.
from the jump, right? Like,
Well, that
obviously,
what's the acronym for soon your butthole is gonna be wide open because that's what's gonna happen to these cops if they put them in general pop.
it's like,
Soon your butthole will be open.
what if you
So
came with an organization called CARE? It's like chopping Asians really every day. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
what?
it's like, but the bottom line
What's the
is
point of this? That
the
doesn't
bottom
sound like
line is
CARE.
the way that all right, I'm blaming the media. I'm gonna say this pertaining to this whole situation with Tyree Nichols. I'm blaming the media because when I say they absolutely saturated the airwaves, but not that they shouldn't. I'm not saying they shouldn't, but they really saturated the airwaves with these brothers saying it's black cop, black cop, black cop, constantly black cop. But I've seen situations where they had white cops that have done heinous shit down in North Carolina, and on and on and on. The way they soft kit glove criminals that have absolutely just shot a bunch of people in a church, and they take them to Burger King and they treat them with kit gloves. They don't say these white cops did this, but it was white cops. Whereas with this, the emphasis was constantly on black cops, black cops. Now they're definitely, again, I don't want nobody
Well,
to be, yeah, but I'm saying
I think that was shocking to us all, though, too, right? Like, in the sense that not that we don't know that this exists, but like, it's just really hard to watch that layer of it as well. So,
you saw the
we talked
video.
about
You
it. I
saw
mean,
the
like,
video. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, I think to a certain degree, that is part of the story. That is a big part of it. That
Uh,
we haven't really seen on film five black cops do this to a black man, right? Like, we know the police do this. We know there are black cops. We know there are black cops that are assholes, but we just haven't ever had a chance to see that in that, like, all of it black. Everybody who's beating up black. You saw one white hand, but all the other fight stuff
but fight
was
stuff
black.
is black, and
The part that
right.
killed
I agree
Tyree
with you,
Nichols
but what I'm saying is,
was
if you
yeah
just like this, the speed that they fucking put them not only fired, indicted, arrested, 20
done by
days.
a black chief.
Right, by a black chief, which I give her props for that. Don't get me wrong, I'm giving props for that. But what I'm saying is, one, you haven't seen the expediency with white cops like this. One, you haven't seen the narrative um, that constantly, like starting leading in with
Yeah.
these white cops, these white cops, these white cops. It just seemed like for me with these black cops, which again, I don't want nobody say shit to me. By the way, I don't want nobody saying nothing to me like, yo, you keep saying that. There was kind of a double standard with this to an extreme. Not that they weren't extreme, and what they did was fucked up and horrendous. And
Well,
this young man was a good dude. Everybody said he was a good dude. Tyree Nichols was not something. He was a skateboarder. He was a chill cat, good son, good, And I just,
well, while recognizing the double standard, we also, I think, like Ben Crump is trying to do, is like make this incident the standard in terms of equal response. So, well, first of all, I like to highlight that, we should really be working to make sure that this kind of stuff stops happening, right? Which is like
well, good
fire,
luck.
rehire,
Good
screen,
luck with that.
get rid of, this, immunity for police, and really, hold cats accountable. And then, but beyond that, when it does happen, that we have this be the new standard, that in less than a month, in less than 3 weeks,
She put the hammer down on him.
yeah, yeah, and not just firing, not a suspension with paid leave or whatever, but like charges. You know what I mean?
Charges.
Like,
Okay, well, let me ask you
so,
this then. Since you want to go there, since Pedro wants to go there, everybody heard him. All the people in feet, you heard him. You heard him. Um, do you think? Okay, and I obviously I don't think this, but do you think that the way they're going about this is going to make a change because it was so drastic, or do you think that they'll give a bunch of just condolences and much prayers to the family, and then by next week we're gonna hear some other shit? Because even though I'm being a pessimist, I really do think by next week there's gonna be some other shit that happens, and the cops ain't gonna ever change. They're not gonna. In fact,
Well,
they're gonna get
yeah,
more
well,
funding
yeah,
because the Democrats are giving them funding because they're bitches because they're afraid the right will say they're not hard enough on crime, and the Republicans and the right wing always want the cops to have more tanks and guns and lasers and fucking they bombs and
the funding isn't the issue until we change who the cops are, and so that'd be the main thing that we have to do. Treehead, welcome to it. She says white people just realized black cops have way too much power. I mean, they got a white cop fired. Like
wow.
that's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
The fact a white
Um,
dude had to take it on the chin, bro, it's crazy.
yeah, yeah.
No,
No,
but
so I mean,
I,
but we really do need to
they're not
push.
going to.
So this incident isn't gonna stop another incident from happening,
Right, that's
right?
what I'm saying. Do you
In the
think
very
that the
no, no,
cops
not
will be like, "Oh
no,
shit"?
no, 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 no.
Because the
But
expediency of
but
how they fast they got arrested,
yeah,
do you
yeah,
think
no,
cops will
no.
be like, "Oh shit, maybe we can get away with this shit"? That's what I was thinking. Do you think that they're going
Yeah,
to?
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. No, I don't think that'll stop the behavior until a clear pattern is established. But what it is important to push for is that this standard has been set now. Like that is, I think that it's what Ben Crump has announced and what Tyree's mother has and his father have embraced is this idea that his Tyree's murder is this sort of conduit to provide this standard that it doesn't take
It
weeks,
doesn't take
months,
no years,
years,
years.
or
Okay,
sometimes non-action,
you know what? We got to
especially
check
when you have
Nicole
these
H real
tapes.
quick. We got to check Nicole H. I think that was some shit that was populated on the fucking internet about it being him fucking his baby mom or his ex mom, his ex wife. I don't know if that's legitimate. Okay, I just want y'all to know. I hear you, but I don't know if that's legitimate. I think that's some. Eh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I have actually. You guys are telling me. I
it's
haven't
not.
heard
It
anything
hasn't been
about that
on
at all.
any media outlets. And trust me, sometimes when I'm sitting here working, setting up stuff, about to do shows and shit, I'm listening to MSNBC, CNN, even unfortunately Fox, and because I listen to Fox just so I know the bullshit, and I mean the contradictory hypocrisy of their fucking idiocy. But I'm saying people are saying, oh, but that's why he did it. Even if that is the case, you don't fucking do that, cop. You bitch ass cop. And the thing
Yeah,
about it is the way they went about it and the fact that they were joking about it, bragging about it, how hard he hit him and all that other shit makes it even more diabolical. So I think it was, even if it wasn't about baby mamas, these these niggas was about that
cool,
life. These,
cool,
yeah.
cool squad.
Cool.
Treehead says they're going to be very disappointed because this will never be the standard for cops. Ultimately this would be up to chiefs and prosecutors, and the community to police the police in this way and police the prosecutors.
Well, police and
But when they
prosecutors.
have evidence like this, and especially when they
It's
have
but they've
video
had
evidence like
evidence
this,
like this before though.
I know that, but this case shows that you don't have to wait. So from now on, we have leverage to demand that, right? From now on, you can always be like, but look at what happened with
Just
the
like
cops
lawyers
that
do, where they
murdered
say, if we
Tyree.
want to talk
The
about,
precedent,
yeah,
precedent.
precedent. If you're saying that that can't be happening, let's talk about Pedro versus Whitehose. Okay, let's go back to 2022, Pedro versus Whitehose, where the Whitehose tried to accommodate and take over his place, and
If you try to appropriate my land,
he had to
colonize.
slowly get her out of the place and lure her outside. And he threw some candy on the
I
on the
used her
ground.
whiteness against her.
Right, exactly. But I want to make sure yeah, his family spoke against the internet rumors. It's already bullshit. Stop it.
So there you go.
Stop it, motherfuckers. Stop it. But I want to make sure I put his face up as much as possible. If y'all get a chance, Make sure that y'all look at Stan Sneevely, aka Prescott Hamlin. This is the white cop that was involved with it too. He was let go. I hope that there's something that happens to him. But if you see him on the street, just boo him real loud. Just start booing at him. Just every time you see him, just boo, bitch. Like, just do that. Okay. Okay.
Big
Meanwhile, more
marshmallow
and more
goblin.
states are making it illegal to film cops. That is some wild shit. Now, you know what? Florida, DeSatan is one of the ones that was talking about that before, but now that it's going into effect because the cops know they do dirt. So it's making it illegal. Now, what is the reason it would be illegal to fucking the fuck? I want to know what the police could possibly say back to that. And this is the wild part, Pedro. This is one thing. If there's good cops, because I've been seeing a lot of videos where good cops saying, "Man, that was out of pocket. These motherfuckers is bitches and stuff." There's a lot of black cops coming out saying, "I would never do that." There's some white cops that are saying that, but most of the white cops going, that was pretty good. They liked it. I think that the cops should be the ones out there talking shit and talking about it the most if they want to clear up their name and say,
Well,
"Yo, this was fucked up," more than we have to.
for the states that are making moves to make it illegal to film police, I would organize with my community on a local level and grassroots, and work together to put up as many cameras as you can to cover your street. You never know when something's gonna happen on your block. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
block by block, the more neighborhoods that had some kind of camera coverage from house to house or corner to
Would
corner or
be
something like
so we
that.
can catch these dirty ass, you
I mean, you
dirty ass
got it.
bitch ass cops. And if you're a pro cop person, I got two. I'll talk about it towards the end of the show, but I got two threats. One was a pro cop person, and one was a ex cop that actually inboxed me because I said some shit about him. And I'm saying it on the show right now. How about this, man? Fuck you, feed you rocks, and take you swimming. You's a bitch. You ain't a cop no more. You might have some connections, but like, it ain't gonna be 5-1 if you see me in these streets. It'll be 1-on-1. We'll see what you got. Okay? Snack it dacky. Understand it. Now, what did she say? She like y'all be saying some crazy shit in the feed. The media don't always share the truth. Think about the real reason behind Breonna Taylor's murder. Agreed. But the cops don't always share the truth. It's not just the media. The media feeds off of what the fucking cops say. These cops were already, while they were beating him, trying to come up with put your hands up. Stop resisting. You're resisting. I've had that said to me where I literally was like, all right, handcuff me, whatever. I ain't even talk back, none of that shit. And the motherfucker's like, put your hands behind your back. My hands are behind my back, bitch. Now you're just being extra. You're doing it just like Tyrese told to them. Hey man, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. Now you're being extra. So no, it's just all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And we know that. We know that. And I'm hoping that this honestly, and then you can tell me what you think, anybody in the feed. I hope that she doesn't get all the backlash. I really do hope she doesn't get all the backlash because that
Oh
is
no. She deserved no. That's what I'm saying. Last week we were like, oh, I don't know.
I was wrong.
How long she's on the job? What? No. She definitely deserves heavy blame for what happened here. This unit was created under her.
Well, yeah, you go down with if you're the captain, you go down.
It's her shit. That is her shit. Like she started that shit, and like we said, they've had multiple complaints.
Yeah,
one was just days before this incident, and
you think no, but I mean, but it's I guess
she did the right thing once she did the right thing once the video evidence was there. But
you know what? The mayonnaise was already out the jar.
That doesn't help Tyree at all. You know
it
what I
doesn't
mean?
help Tyree.
That's
and
a
by the
way
way, the people that were trying to find bad shit about Tyree, shut the fuck up. Stop.
None of that even matters. Like, I don't know, baby mama drama or the real reason they killed Breonna. We need to focus on getting convictions and getting accountability, like real consequences for when this happens. And that will be, like I said, in addition to changing who the cops are, like physically, like each individual officer, making sure that they are not, you know, a racist ass cracker,
or
or
a
you know,
socio
some yeah,
psychopath.
or sociopath, or you know, some coon belly hound dog.
But okay,
Like
so how long does it take for you to work at Starbucks? Like where they train you?
their training process. I don't know.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, so if
You would
it
hope
takes
it's not more than a week.
okay, it should be more. It should be more than a week because sometimes they give me fucked up shit. You putting too much stuff in my. I didn't ask for all that cream, but I'm saying I feel like cops training is about the same because these
Yeah,
motherfuckers is just like yeah, they could be a crazy cuckoo and they let them give them a gun.
barista cops.
Give the guy that didn't get no pussy a gun and put him on the sex squad. Put him on that squad. Like, well, I don't know if she raped. Maybe she was asking for it. No, dude, it was you. It was you, bitch. I mean, and a lot of people in the feed, I don't want to hear no more about maybe he was fucking. It's irrelevant. Maybe he was fucking his ex. It doesn't. It's irrelevant. They were wrong. The fuck out of here. Okay, well, Nicole H. What'd she say?
I don't know what she's telling them.
Nicole,
I think that's some conversation
that's
between them.
conversation between. All right. So no,
All
but
right, so we're gonna keep
move
it
on.
pushing
Yeah,
because
we're gonna move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
But I'm gonna say right now, let's see how this pans out. I'm really hoping now that we know that because I was on her ass at first. Then I thought but she did do the right thing, so I started giving her props. But then you find out she created it. So now I've done the seesaw effect. I'm back to yo fuck this bitch.
Yeah, no, you know, the chief in Memphis, she definitely holds a lot of responsibility for for the creation of this unit, and obviously a lack of oversight of their behavior. To be, that's
Yeah,
just
after the first three
the proof
times,
is in the pudding.
maybe you
We
should
saw
bring
the
him in
funeral today.
and have a little talking to him after the third fucking complaint. Maybe you should have him come in and go, "Hey, what the fuck y'all doing out there in these streets, terrorizing people?"
I mean, call him
Did you see the
Scorpion.
full? Did you see the full? Don't call him Scorpion.
I mean, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Did you see the whole? Did you see the whole video?
No, no, I haven't watched like the
I
complete uninterrupted thing.
my sadistic ass watched the whole thing, and I'm not shocked by much because I've been through a lot of bullshit and I've seen a lot of bullshit. I was shocked. I was shocked at the level of bitchness in the cops. The motherfuckers handcuffed, they stood him up and start socking him. The
Oh yeah,
motherfuckers on the ground, obviously bleeding, and the bitch ass people just sat around him and didn't do anything to help him, didn't do anything to give him any kind of medical attention. Um, the fact that they tased him and sprayed him and then had the nerve to be mad about the spray, apparently the wind or something, and it blew back into one of the cops' face and had the nerve to be angry about it and was like, "Yeah, that's bad. We gonna fuck him up." And they was talking like on some. They wasn't talking like cops. They was talking like
no,
niggas.
no, yeah, they sound like niggas.
Get the fuck out the car, motherfucker. Wish you would move. We got all that other shit. So
All right,
I hope y'all burn in hell. Next thing.
you know what we're gonna do when you hear this next one, man. You're gonna be like,
Motherfucker
man.
say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
We need
Jason
music
with
for this. We need.
he quickly over the years, yeah, he quickly over the years, Jason Whitlock, that is become my least favorite sports personality. And I take every opportunity to not listen to a goddamn thing he said. But
Yeah, I never liked
yeah,
him, but
came across
I
the
say he's
timeline.
tied with Skip Bayless because Skip Bayless gets on my fucking nerves.
Well,
And
I'm gonna give it to Whitlock just because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And I've never seen Skip Bayless on the Fucker Carlson show, but recently as a guest
oh
on the
no, yeah,
Fucker.
we're gonna play that. I have a whole thing of that. Yeah.
Well, I mean that's what this is about. I mean,
Oh well,
this.
fuck it. All right, it's a
I
minute.
mean,
You want me to play that segment? So we,
I mean, yeah, just yeah. If you got it,
all
let's
right,
do it.
I got it. But all right, well then don't have to switch back up then. All right, now this is only a minute and 30 seconds, but it shows his full thing he said on Tucker Carlson and why Pedro has announced him early in the year as
Early front runner.
Coon of the year. And I made a little comment on it. And the person that threatened me, I'm easy to find, bitch. Because I saw your picture. I don't know if you want. You don't know if you want this smoke.
Jason Whitlock should be smacked in the head with a bag of dicks. Frozen, hard donkey dicks. He's taken coon-tasticness to a whole new coon level. It's amazing. Watch this.
Because there is a racial element. And this is a story about young black men and their inability to treat each other in a humane way. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department, or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers. If we want to discuss the breakdown of family that leads to disrespect for authority, that causes you to resist the police and run from the police and not comply with the police because you resist authority at all times.
Even when we comply, we get...
I'm not gonna play the rest.
No. So, yeah,
that was part of what he said on Tucker Carlson.
I don't know. I'll admit, everybody, I don't know what the actual prize is for Coon of the Year. I don't run the pageant itself, but as just a bystander, I think that this is Jason. What you say, Massa Whitlock, has jumped out in a very, very strong and early lead.
Now the field
for Coon of the Year,
right, but the field is still cluttered
in a strong field. Yeah.
Okay, because Candace Owen is coming up the rear with her statements that she said pertaining to this, and there's a couple other people, black spokespeople, Jesse Waters, and on that are trying to say that this young man deserved to be beat like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and so there's a lot of layer to Coondom there, right? So that's obviously, a coonographic statement, right?
Well, I think that it's a coonographic statement, but I think that when you're going for Coon of the Year, you have to really, go 100% Coon. You can't just pull back the reins on the Coon car. You got to drive.
You have to be sort of coonmongous, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
yes. Right. That's why I say fantastic.
So the other layer, the cuminosity to it is that he also goes in on single black mothers and how apparently they just raise violent monkeys who don't know how to treat each other. Now listen, we obviously have problems with crime in our community and respect amongst each other, but I think that's a mindset that is trying to be worked out, you know what I mean, and it has been for a long time. But to sit up here and say that these 5 officers went out and killed Tyree Nichols because they had a woman in charge, a black woman in charge.
And he's tried to say all cities that are ran by single black women, they are the cause of this. So if that's the case, when white cops have done heinous things over the years and years and years, is this single white women that are the cause? What about white women that are in positions of power across the country pertaining to police stations, pertaining to police, to the police? Is it their fault? I never hear him speak on that. Jason Whitlock has always been a suck up, yes, a massa type dude. And I don't give a fuck if y'all want to say, well, you can't say that about another black man. Yes, I can. I can say that about Kanye West when he said the bullshit about I love Hitler. Hitler had good points. I mean, it's just the stupidity. But they're indoctrinated. Pedro, they're indoctrinated. A lot of people want people. I've found myself wanting to do white clubs more because I'm like, I want to you want to assimilate, you want to associate, you want to, you sometimes, because we see it on TV so much, we want them to like us. And then it took me a minute because I had to pull myself back because I was like, yo, fuck that. This is how I am. That's it. And rock with that. But I think that that's part of the problem in society, though, to be real with you. Black people are always want to be like, I don't know, just accept.
We just don't want to get our ass whooped. I think at the end of the day is like that. And that's all anybody's ever been trying to do. Okay, you got this thing called America now. We're just trying to be a part of it, not trying to take over it. didn't want to chop your heads off and none of that shit. We just want to go to church, fried chicken, and please just can we just want to vote. You know what I mean? And it, you know, there's always been you know, a fight against that. Hold on,
Right.
I was gonna say Lady Hazel May said, "What the fuck? I have a short fuse. I'm just now hearing about this. Don't let me run into this fat motherfucker." Now, Lady Hazel May, don't get violent, okay? I know you were raised by a single black mother, but don't turn to violence.
So Pedro, I'm gonna
I'm
go.
fucking with you. I'm
Like,
fucking with
go
you.
ahead, do what you gotta do. So Pedro, you were raised in Detroit
Yeah,
by a single black mother. Um,
my mom's not black. That was she. You know, she has, you know, some African roots, but I wouldn't consider my mother to be black. You know, her name's Lolita Hernandez.
okay,
There's a lot of things mixed in there, but you know, you
okay.
know, she's a
My
woman of color. She's a
okay,
woman of color,
a
but
POC. She's a
yeah,
POC for sure. So
yes,
okay, okay. I was raised. Well, I was back and forth, pops.
I was raised in the hood. Cope with
But
bitches.
damn, he went into bars. No, I'm saying I think that the fact that he made that blanket statement, the fact that he made a bunch of the statements when you play the whole thing, because I just what I used for the clip I was putting up, I wanted to play that bullshit. Um, I just think that right now, Whitlock, with a lot of stuff he's saying in the media, and it wasn't just on that show. He's been on a couple other right wing shows, and he said some other fuckboy shit. I don't know if he's going to get Coon of the Year because it's early. It's still January. I mean, it's February now. My bad.
This is strong. This
Yeah,
is strong.
but this is a strong lead-in for if you really want to get that award. He's
Well,
up there.
I think he's really really speaking to black women and trying to gain their support as Coon of the Year. And so you know, I'd say this is a very strong plea towards that constituency,
But yeah, he hasn't cleared the
towards
field
black
yet.
women
You
to
think
say,
he's
hey,
cleared? Yeah.
hey, black women, look how coonish I am. I'm willing to disparage a great percentage of you.
Right.
And you know, hopefully you can see me as the coon that I see
And my
myself as. You know
hat
what I
is
mean?
very tight.
But also and then to add that he did, it's not like he just, you know, he has other platforms. He went on the fucker Carlson show
What?
of
Oh
all
yeah.
places
But I
to
mean, but you
spew
know what?
that goddamn garbage out of his mouth.
You know what though? A lot of if you see Candace Owens, you look at Kanye West, you look at Jesse Waters. A lot of them they trot them out there, and I think he's one of the ones they trot out there to be like, well, he'll say what the white people are thinking anyway. Go ahead, Derek. Go ahead, and
We
then
got one.
yeah,
He'll say anything.
and he'll be like, I'll say whatever. And
Yes, sir.
right,
Your nose I can't read. I don't know why they put them funny squiggly cards in front of my face. I can't cipher them.
well, you know what though? I'm gonna tell you what I think about the whole year is gonna. I think that there's gonna be somebody else gonna surprise us. A lot of times we think somebody's gonna win an award, that somebody else comes out and blows them out of the water and clears the field. I think that you know. I mean, but he's strong in the strong running. So I
Yeah.
want the people in the feed. Let me know what you think, and I'm still gonna play the video at the end so you can see the full everything of it. But let me know what you think about Jason Whitlock and if he could possibly have just trumped. Hate to use that word, trumped all the coons 2023. I think he might.
Man, just somebody's gonna have to come with a strong performance. All right, man. We're
Let's
gonna
go
keep
on
it
to the next
pushing.
one, and it's
Keep it
gonna be
pushing.
right here. Let me make sure I got it.
You know what I mean? And you know, a coon is a trope. And speaking of tropes, I gotta admit, man, I watched it with my mother.
Oh
You know,
man, I'm so disappointed in you.
she's a storyteller. You know, I tell stories. Shane tells stories. Um, you people, for those who don't know,
Oh,
it's
oh,
Lauren London, Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy, Mike Epps, Nia Long. You know, this all-star, extremely talented cast.
wow,
Some,
wow,
you know, like honestly, I think some great individual performances and like
wow,
some jokey moments. So I say You
wow.
People for me was entertaining, but a terrible movie. Like
Oh,
a horrible movie.
I thought you were gonna go
Like
the other direction.
entertaining, entertaining, but a horrible movie. And I'll pass it to you, Shane, but I just want to explain why real quick.
No,
It's
no, yeah, no.
it's it's
Woo. It's
it's just
amateurish.
one
Yeah,
big conversation between these various characters about the same things
over and over again.
over and over again, with some funny lines in it, and like I said, you know, I could tell there was like some good ad libbing and you know improvisation on there. So you know, there was some
Mike
fun
Epps is
moments.
also in the movie too.
There's fun moments. Yeah, I mentioned, but there's fun moments, but nothing happens, right? Like it's not a, you know, and you know, Kenya Barris, I think is talented,
I
but you
know
know,
he's
some
redundant
of
as
you know,
fuck.
it's like I think you've tapped out on the race tank, bro. It's like we got to talk about something else, bro. It's something because like this was just people talking, and to be
It was
honest,
horrible.
in terms of screenwriting and whatever, like in movies and film, like that's not what the medium is for, right? It you know, it's supposed to be audio visual, like things are supposed to happen in a movie. Like you're supposed to use the camera to show us things as well, not just have people talk. So
Okay, you know what? Let me say something, and I agree with you, Lady Hazel May. Pedro, I didn't like it. It was cringy and predictable. I thought it was cringy all the way through. I thought it was amateurishly done. It was directed amateurishly. There was no arc. There was no nothing. The chemistry between the two supposedly people in love looked fucking forced. The thing that got on my nerves was the amateurishness. The segues between conversations were just gifts that they pictures they put up, and it was
yeah,
like
you
yeah,
know,
it looked like it was a horribly made TV show. It was redundant as fuck. I got it from the get go, from the first two conversations go. I get it. Sam J was in the motherfucker. I was like, okay, I got it. She's the dyke in the thing. And Eddie Murphy,
I don't know if you're
they
supposed to say
sucked
that.
all of Eddie Murphy's funny out of him. He was pretty much
He was
serious.
very reserved, man. Yeah,
It was
like
just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this because I'm bored. It just seemed he
yeah, the
seemed
check
bored.
must have been nice.
It must have
Nicole
been
A
good.
said, Pedro B spoiled it. We ain't gonna watch it. You know, Nicole, honestly, I think along the lines of what Shang is saying right now is that um this be a hard movie to spoil. Like I'm not sure there's anything more predictable than this movie is. You
It
know what I
was,
mean?
yeah, Julia
To the point where
Dreyfus.
I almost feel like you know what the movie's about, so hey, let's just watch these stars talk. You know, like I was like, maybe that was the intended approach,
The
because
trailer
otherwise it's so
is so
obvious. It's
bad.
like,
It's so
wow.
bad. It's so it.
I mean,
I
Kenya
fast
has
forward
the
through it.
clout to get to do that. You know what I mean?
But
But
yeah,
I'm
and
like, wow,
and I'm like, yo,
the
man,
check must
he
be.
didn't
David
did that
Duchovny,
blackish, yellowish, greenish, motherfucker. Stop. And it's not funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. And
Blackish was good.
blackish, okay, blackish, and then that's it. Everything he got 4 spinoffs of that bitch, and this
Black as fuck. I thought was like, I thought it was entertaining too, but I was like, this show is for white people. Like
exactly.
it felt like it was explaining
And this
blackness to
movie
white
is
people,
for
and
white people. The where they were playing on the trope of the Jewish community, and they're having the oppression Olympics in the conversation. Eddie Murphy's character was just not. I love Eddie Murphy, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this motherfucker was not funny at all in this movie. I thought Mike Epps was the same old shit with Mike Epps, and then it's same old shit, Mike. You
come
fuck.
on, man,
It was garbage,
why you
Mike Epps do
don't
the
be mad
same
at Mike?
shit. It was the same shit Mike Epps do, and then it come down, and then I be just trying to get the drugs from the fat bitches. It's the same shit, Mike. You have no range whatsoever, and I love your shit, but you have you have the range of a Daisy rifle, motherfucker. Period. The end. You horrible. And this motherfucker right here, when he was playing basketball and he made the hoop and down there, and all of a sudden everybody like, oh, we love this white dude.
Now it's white man can't jump.
Yeah,
Then
it
yet
was
I'm
just
like, oh god.
horrible. It was horrible. Now I know y'all saying, why y'all shitting on the movie? I was gonna say it before when I watched it. I watched it first night. And
No.
Julia Dreyfus was garbage in this bitch.
And on the real, when Eddie took him to the Crip Barbershop.
Oh,
I was like, what the fuck is a Crip Barbershop at this point?
oh.
Like in 2023, what the fuck is a
The
Crip
Crip
Barbershop?
barbershop. And then the
What are you
other
talking
black
about?
people at the barbershop. Hey man, what's with this? Who's a funny ass comic too? What's his name? I forget his name right. Hey man, what's with the white boy? Oh, come on, man. Why don't you go? Hey, listen, jive sucker. That's the only thing they didn't have in this fucking piece of shit movie. It's a piece of shit. And
All right.
what's
Well, that escalated quickly. I was just like, well, they could have
Nah,
done
fuck it,
better.
man.
But
You brought it on here. And what's his name? You ain't that talented. Cause after Blackish, you done lost me, motherfucker. It was so bad. I was sitting there going, how dare you do this to my fucking idol Eddie Murphy? How dare you, Eddie Murphy, do this fucking movie? He was so reserved. I thought he was drugged. I thought they shot him with a dart.
meanwhile, I would have auditioned for any of the
I would
roles in
have
this
been in.
movie.
Now, this is the hypocrisy of us. But you know what? I'd have definitely played that scene in the fucking barbershop. I'd have been.
I wish I was a
hey,
waiter.
Man, who this white boy? I'd have fucking. Of course, we wish we'd have been in it because just to work with Eddie Murphy. I've met Eddie Murphy, and he is super chill. But on 2 occasions, I've talked to him. On 3 occasions. Wow, I can actually say that I met one of my. He's not my idol of comedy. Because Paul Mooney and Dick Gregory were, but he'd be a slight second because of his charisma. It's just I like before he know how I was. I used to wear like puka shells. I used to.
Shane would come in with his hands in his sleeves.
I was very. I was like, how come ain't no brothers up on the wall? I was Furious Styles. I was really like that. I've lightened up now because you know, you can't go through life like that. And my stand-up, I'm just a piece of shit stand-up.
Now, I do want to adjust this Lady Hazel May, and then we're gonna push on. She said, "Why was Eddie Murphy in a Netflix film?" Now, do understand that. I mean, Netflix is a studio. They are a major player in film and television. Like, so it's not that. It's not that, you know, the platform can't produce or, you know, acquire, you know, the same quality content that you find in theaters. But I just think that the film itself, the production itself, it was
amateurish, man. You didn't see the cuts between written. Conversations where they would just show images of LA and then like, hey, here's a bridge, here's a freeway, here's the thing. It was horrible.
Yeah, and you know, I feel like, and you know, it's like Ashton Kutcher and Zoe Saldana already did a remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Oh yeah. And that one was bad too.
Yeah, and you know, R.I.P. to Bernie Mac.
And you know what? I think white people definitely are fucking retardedly not in touch. But the levels they made these people like, hey, that's like somebody meeting somebody black and go, hey, you know, that chicken was delicious. That's what the jokes were. Hey, have you ever had chicken? I love chicken. Your people eat chicken. It was just horribly written.
AJ Fitz says Netflix can pay a hefty check. That's why earlier I was like, that check must be nice, though. Like, you know,
yes,
it must have just been a money grab, and
it had to be But you know what? Eddie Murphy's had a couple stinkers though.
You know,
Dolomite
Coming to America wasn't fantastic.
Was okay.
Oh no, Dolomite was fantastic. I really thought that was great.
I felt like
I really thought he did a great job, and the movie.
I thought it was good. It wasn't Eddie Murphy level, but I get. But Eddie,
I don't mind Eddie morphing into something else, like Dreamgirls was. You know what I mean? Like
Coming to America was not that good.
Yeah, no, the sequel was not.
Now, when you watch them, I watched them back to back. When you watch the first one, then you watch the second one. Go, what happened?
Well, I mean, you know, it was just gonna be hard. I don't think I came into watching the sequel of Coming to America that with the expectation of it even matching or outdo it. Definitely not outdoing. It was just more like for the nostalgia, just to see what they did. But you know, with You People, I was like, how much did they pay you people? You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
Oh, and I like what's the white dude? What's my man's name? He's always
David Duchovny.
he had a few little smirky lines that I thought, but I was like, yeah, that's pretty much David Duchovny. Julia Dreyfus, same old shit.
Yeah, I
Eddie
mean,
Murphy,
yeah,
subdued.
yeah.
What's the white boy's name? What's his name? I'm saying I don't give a fuck.
Jonah Hill, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill always like I seen him in 5 stinkers in a row, and he's a very good actor. If you watch Wolf of Wall Street, he's very entertaining in Wolf of Wall Street, even though Leonardo DiCaprio fucking rips that movie. But
Yeah.
yeah, Jonah, he's the same old, super bad where he does black shit in a white movie. It's like, hey, what's going on? Yo, man, that's dope. It's the same fucking dude. And he can get away with it. You know what? I was sitting there watching it going, and then we'll move on. I was watching it thinking, somebody Jewish backed this movie. And it sounds like because
Yeah, I mean, it's just so tropey, man. It's just like sneakers brought them together, and then they realized you're Jewish, you're Muslim. You know, it's like, oh.
And then she said, I got the slavery receipts or some shit when they were sitting there eating dinner. I went, it was so cringy. There was so
Oh no, I mean,
cringy.
some of those lines were funny to me, but I'm just like, overall as a movie, you know, like it was just the only entertaining part were some of these one-liners that people got off. But other than that, is like this is a horribly written and
The
executed
basketball
project.
scene was so bad to me. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
that was
The
awful.
barbershop scene was
And the barbershop
so
was
bad.
horrid.
It was horrible. So I know we're gonna move on. You people, if you want to watch it, if you're an Eddie Murphy fan, and Eddie Murphy's not the main part of the movie, and I'm gonna ruin it for you. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that movie. But he's really not the main part of the movie. Jonah Hill and what's the beautiful young lady's name?
Lauren London.
Lauren London. They're primarily the movie.
It's about them.
It's about them. It's not Eddie's a peripheral character. If you want to be real with
supporting cast.
Supporting cast. He's not it. But even though that's what they're selling it on, Eddie, and Eddie was just so subdued. He was like, "So you want to marry my daughter?" Huh? Line.
Yeah. Right.
It was.
Whew. Yeah.
We're gonna move on. Look at people in the feed going. I'm
right.
sorry. I thought Jonah Hill didn't like black people.
After the incident with Don Lemon, I don't even know what happened with him and Don Lemon.
Yeah. Now I gotta look that up.
Yeah, and maybe we can talk about it another day. But that being said, we're gonna keep it pushing, and it's my turn to burn. So listen to
hey, it's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another popping to let you know what's popping.
Go.
Hey.
He's right there. He's right there.
It's your boy Black Pedro with another popping to let you know what's popping. All right, man. Listen, I think you guys should understand me as an open-minded person who looks to accept everybody as for who they are. You know, and try to treat people.
You're fucking lying. Go ahead, though.
Try and treat people equally and fairly, and until they prove that they should be treated otherwise. But when I heard this, it could have been a motherfucker say what, but I was just like, let me talk on it. In the city I grew up in, Detroit, Michigan, this woman is truly a queen, a goddess, and worldwide as well, but especially, we talk about locally accepted. The queen herself, Aretha Franklin,
okay.
Who ended up, making, living in Detroit, the majority of her life. Icon. One of her classics is the song "Natural Woman."
Oh,
feel.
It's a fantastic song.
Beautiful song, right? Soulfully sung. So it kind of blew my mind when I heard that there is a movement to ban the song because it's offensive to the trans community. And
yeah.
On some serious shit. Like on some
trans people that that's right. My bad.
Shirley Hemphill. But on some serious shit, man, I really, really do support as much as I can everybody being whoever they want to be, as long as it's not a murderer or a child molester, right? Like, go do you, man. But this is taking the shit too far. Okay, this is just
About
a
time,
woman
man.
singing about. You got to understand that a natural woman, right? I mean, all trans aside, like there are like I'm about to go to Beverly Hills after this. Like, there's gonna be so many unnatural women who literally have fake tits, lips, ass, hips, thighs, calves, toes, nose. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like there's a lot of fake ass women out there, like who literally just don't have the same body parts on that they were born
You
with.
can't put them next to a
Outside of
Yeah,
genitals, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like outside, all trans aside. So there is a such thing as a natural woman, right?
Agreed.
Like just a woman who she hasn't done anything to her body to change it. This is how she is naturally. It literally exists. So to attack that, like that it's just taking that whole part of it too far, right? Like be the woman that you want to be.
Right.
But to try to attack Aretha Franklin's hit "Natural Woman" as some sort of oppressive song
Oh,
towards your transition, I can't support
you
that.
know what?
Okay, like I
Listen,
said, I support so many,
I know you
like,
do. I've had conversations
but
with you.
like
You know
that
I
is
don't.
too
The reason
fucking far.
I don't know if it's the Jamaican in me because they don't like
Hmm.
that, you know. But I just felt like this is sucker shit, and now you reaching. To me, it's like now you motherfuckers are reaching. So if you can live your life and live your fucking whatever, but now when you're telling it, natural woman song is actually dissing me, shut the fuck up. Shut up, shut up, shut all the way the fuck up. If there was shut the fuck up mountain, you should be on top of that bitch,
At the
shutting the
peak.
fuck up. I am stunned but the trans community, I'm gonna keep it real, get on my fucking nerves in a lot of ways. Not all the ways, not living their life and living their, truth, if that's your truth. But the shit that you bitch about, I'm not talking about the stuff where your life's in danger, Pedro, where their life is in danger and somebody trying to hurt them. No, they should bitch
Yeah,
about that. I'm talking about the little shit. Like,
loss of rights.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
know what I
yeah,
mean.
like, yeah,
Inequality,
like, yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. But the little shit, I'm talking about the little dumb shit that ain't even the fucking big picture. Shut the, you know what? I
Like,
need y'all to drive to shut the fuck up city and buy some land there and build a shut the fuck up mansion, and all you dickless wonders can live in that bitch.
no, fuck that, Shane. Let's just hit him, with their own shit, dog. Shang and I officially, I'm sorry I didn't tell you this, but thanks for joining in. Shang and I officially are starting a no more white Christmas. Okay.
Wow.
So I'm dreaming of a white.
Wow.
That shit is offensive to our community, right, brother? You
Right,
feel me? You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from here on out, no more white Christmases. All right. If Aretha Franklin can't sing, or if we can't play
Natural
Aretha
woman.
Franklin, because she can't actually sing it anymore. Rest in peace, mom.
Yeah, I
But
know. That'd be creepy.
if we can't play if we can't play Natural Woman anymore, if
And
nobody
we
else
can't
can
have
sing
white
it, then we
Christmas.
can't have no white Christmas. All right.
Make a
That's
make a
just
tra-
it.
you know what? This is what I say to the trans community. Make a hit song that lasts just as long as this, that props up the trans woman community. Because that's just a great fucking song. Make a great song. Do your own thing, but don't take away from Aretha Franklin's beautiful fucking song that women love. Come on.
And Lady Hazel May, I know about the man that had a baby because he kept his vagina and ovaries. I know about that, and I don't have any problem with that, bro. I have no problems with anybody
I don't
doing
give a
that.
shit about that. Long as you
But
don't do it on top of me.
leave Aretha Franklin's Natural Woman alone. Like, I don't know, like what, I don't know what any of that has to do. Have your babies or do however y'all want to do it. It's fine. But Aretha Franklin was not trying to diss the LGBTQ community with Natural Woman. And that is a ridiculous thing to protest against. That's
But
my
not, but see,
my Black Page of
that's
Pop
Black
in today.
Patreon. And then I'm gonna play this. Then I'm gonna get up. Listen, the bottom line is, I think you're absolutely right. But I think that the reason I said it, because he knows me and Pedro don't see the, we don't see it the same way. Because I see a lot of the shit they doing is not actually positive for the trans community. I don't think that transgender men that turn into women should be in the UFC. I simply don't, because that's a man beating up a fucking woman. Period. The end. In my book, that's a stronger human being that was born with bone density and man strength fighting a woman. And the last three transgenders that fought in the UFC literally cracked the skulls of the women they were fighting. They beat them to the point where they can't fight no more. The women that were fighters, they're no longer fighters. And I don't think that you should have transgender swimming against it. I don't think they should be in that, because this motherfucker was ranked 800th. And as soon as he starts swimming against women, he's number one. So there are certain things that are different about us. So, but I'm not against them living their life. But if you going against Aretha Franklin, then y'all got a problem.
Yeah,
So,
fuck your life.
Savage
Fuck your
AF,
feelings.
we gonna, but before we get out of here, I'm gonna make sure that you know this and know it clearly. We need you to subscribe to the goddamn channel because it makes you feel much more frosty around your friends. Okay? Make sure you do that. Go to the thing that's scrolling down there. You see it scrolling. You see it. Don't act like you don't see it scrolling. You see it scrolling, and make sure you click the little thing like this. The bell. Make sure you do that. Subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, make us have a bigger following. The bigger following makes it better for you and better for me. And we'll have more voices that want to say something. Also, again, what I had said last week, this week, I'm definitely want to bring more people in to the fold and want to talk about some more of the issues we talk about. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. And before I jump into this Shangry, make sure you follow at Black Pedro. That's right. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro, Black Pedro, Black Pedro, Black and Pedro, Black and Pedro, Black and Pedro. Make sure you follow that, and make sure that you follow at Comedian Shang. We both need to get our numbers up to a gazillion, and that's what we need to do, and that's only with your help. Now, my Shangry is basically, I'm going to reiterate, because I did not know that he was going to say this about Whitlock, so I made this video that I want you to see why we still think, and we're going to make an award, and I'm going to make a graphic of a Coon of the Year award. And
Cool.
Yeah, so this is my Shangry, a personal message to Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock should be smacked in the head with a bag of dicks. Frozen, hard donkey dicks. He's taken coontasticness to a whole new coon level. It's amazing. Watch this.
Because there is a racial element. And this is a story about young black men and their inability to treat each other in a humane way. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department, or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers. If we want to discuss the breakdown of family that leads to disrespect for authority, that causes you to resist the police and run from the police and not comply with the police because you resist authority at all times.
Even when we comply, we get beat to death. It was about him, a survival thing. He was trying to get away from people that were trying to kill him. That makes sense to me, bitch. And the fact that you're not bringing up all the white precincts that have had all white captains that have absolutely let white fucking police officers get away with police brutality and murder. This has nothing to do with a black woman running a precinct. It has nothing to do with that. You know what it has to do with? All right? It has to do with black cops trying to emulate their oppressors. I don't see your bitch ass bringing that up. So Fox News, you can eat a bag of dicks. Jason Whitlock, you can eat a field of dicks. So now this is the blueprint to show you how it should be done. If you're a cop and you do bad shit, you should be fired. And if you do bad shit, you should be arrested and charged with the fucking crime. Period, the end. And see how fast they did it with these black cops? They should do it just as fast with these white cops. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, you should be beat with a bag of dicks too. I just had to get that off my chest. You know what? I feel better. I feel better now. Yeah.
I feel bad. Yeah. I think that pretty much sums it up. Savage AF.
Yeah.
Pedro said, yeah, pretty much. It should be across the board. It should be across the board. I really do believe that it shouldn't just be. I mean, the expediency they did it with the Black Ops. I think it should be across the board, and I hope that this will start a precedent that they do it with everybody that does shit like these fucking horrible people did. It should be across the board. Now, if y'all agree with me, then fine. And the dude that threatened me, check us out, Pedro. Before we go, I put the shit up, right? I'm thinking, oh, okay, let's see what happens. Some people ain't gonna agree with me. I understand that, right? This dude inboxed me, and I guess one was an ex-cop and one was pro-cop, and flat out came at me like on some shit. And of course, I went right back at him. Fuck you, bitch. You know what? Yeah, you probably got little arms. Shut up. Like I just started saying weird shit to him. And then the second time that I tried to hit him back, he blocked me. And then the other dude, I said, I'm easy to find. And he said, oh, really? I said, well, where are you at? Then I went to his page and went, this dude looked like he couldn't hold a pencil up. Like literally, he just was a little geeky. Now, he might be crazy to fucking bite me in the face, but
You're gonna send some chemical in the mail.
I know, like, hey, this is a different letter. Oh,
final notice.
No, of course, hopefully he can't find me. Hopefully. But I wanted to see what people thought about it. I really do think it should be across the board. And then some people don't agree with me because like circumstances, you got to look at it. No. If we got you on video beating the shit out of people and they end up dying from it, and that means you murdered them, you should pretty much go to jail. End of story. So we will be back 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. Also this weekend, make sure you check out Black Pedro. Going to be at the Comedy Chateau. You're going to be the host. Man, I must say this. Pedro's a fucking great host. He's not a good host. He's a great. Don't you. He's a great host. So no, dead serious. I mean, he fucking killed it. We did the little room at the Chateau, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been there. I'm telling you, he carried the fucking show on his shoulders, just like the Philadelphia Eagles carried that motherfucker. That was. I actually went back to watching football.
They throttled them up.
Man, it was a throttling. So make sure you check it out. This Friday, we'll have some information for you this weekend. Also, I'll be at the Improvisation. That's right, the Hollywood Improv this Thursday, February 2nd at 7:30 in the Lab. So make sure you come check it out if you get a chance. Make sure you check out the show. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you follow. I just read a thing about comedy. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro and at Comedian Shank because they're judging more comics pertaining to that even more harshly now. This is a thing that was in the industry. It was in the industry article I read. So make sure you follow him so we can get Pedro to 1 million followers. And I'm going to make sure that I use the followers that I got to make sure Pedro's followers, because it's justified. The motherfucker's extremely talented.
I need 1 trillion followers, y'all. I'm just 1 trillion away.
That's all you need. So make sure you do that because he, and I'm not saying it because he on the fucking feed with me. The motherfucker's been talented from day one, funny as fuck, and got his own vibe. So he needs that following, and we need y'all to do that for us. Savage AF, we all up in your fucking face. Make sure that you're safe and sound out there, and hopefully in 2023 we'll have some kind of fucking semblance of sanity. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we out.